Remember, one of the most important things when you're in an emergency is communication and knowledge, knowing what's going on out there. Having a scanner radio, which can listen to lots of frequencies, and a ham radio, which allows you to not just listen but also talk, can really be valuable. So I've been doing more with my radios lately, trying to keep working on my ham radio licenses. So I was taking a closer look at this shingle that I put together to hold my radios, and I used this little Kenwood radio. And what I've got on the little shingle here, which is just a real simple MOLLE panel, there's one larger pouch that you saw I could keep my radio in this outside pocket pretty easy. Then I've got this larger pocket, and it's tactical, tailor made in USA, real good stuff. It's got some elastic in here to help sort of divide it up without being real weighted down pockets or anything. So it works out as a pretty good pouch. Then I've got this smaller pouch, again from Tactical Tailor, that's basically the power for the radio. It's got the car charger, car power source, the wall power source, I guess a little piece of 550. And then the way I basically just had this extra room at the top and didn't really know how I was going to use this, so I used this little admin shingle. I don't know where this is from really. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. But anyway, it's got room on the outside here where I've had a light. I don't know where the light got to, but it doesn't work real great with the flashlight. Been kind of repacking things here. But one of these Surefire size flashlights, this thing kind of rocks off, so I'm not going to use it for a flashlight anymore. I wouldn't trust it for a knife either, so you can take it off, and then I guess it would be a place to stow a pen or a flashlight temporarily, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to like this. The zipper pocket itself, I actually don't use. I put this pad of paper in there, but it's such a pain to get in and out of this zipper pocket that I'm just probably not going to use this little panel. And then I have a little tool in there. So anyway, there wasn't a lot of room on here, so I didn't have a lot of stuff, and I don't want to add a heck of a lot more stuff, but I do want to get larger, so I'm going to try this panel from the MOLLE Panel. And we did an unboxing of these. We've seen these in other guys' videos, and really looking forward to trying this one out. This shingle didn't have any kind of inside pocket at all. I've had some others that had inside pockets, but they're a little smaller, so I'm looking forward to this one, which I can use for lots of different things, in addition to having the radio stuff on the outside. So I'm going to play around with the pouches here a little bit, and we'll see what we come up with. So this is what I ended up with. I started out with this MOLLE panel on the back, and everything's basically attached to that. I've got the shoulder strap connected with the grim locks. I'm going to take those off for now. And really the way that I would envision using this is on the back of a passenger seat of the vehicle, so that everything can be accessed hanging from the headrest. Then probably using the strap to go around the seat, and then perhaps on a door in a hotel room, or on the trunk of the vehicle, or put the strap on, run it through the door and close the door so that this is hanging like on the outside of the vehicle. But basically not designed to be carried necessarily, but designed to be used like this. And it's designed to give you access to communications, so ham radio and a scanner. And before I only had basically the large pouch here, and a different smaller pouch here, and a different admin panel here. And basically it's the same components, I just changed them around a little bit. So first off, I've got the same radio bag here, which is a large pouch. I figured out that my ham radio fits into this Pelican 1040 case. So that's my ham radio and its microphone. Plenty of room in there, so that's awesome. So it's protected from weather and abuse. The antenna didn't fit in there, but the antenna does fit in the pouch here. Inside of here, I have another carry strap, and we'll talk about that in a second. Now, if I'm using the radio, of course the radio can fit into this outside pocket. I went ahead and put a compass thermometer thing on the one zipper pull here, just so it's always available. Moving over to this pocket, I did it a little bit differently. I put it on horizontally, and I just sort of tied it on there with 550 cord, and I'm going to see how that works. And what this pocket is, since the radio's in a watertight container also, I wanted to make the power adapters as watertight as I could. So I put them inside one of these dry bags that you'd use for fishing or boating. So this is a watertight bag with the 2 power supplies, and then I can just slide it into this padded bag. So now they're both padded from abuse, but also waterproof to some extent. With the radio inside the Pelican box, there's really nothing else here that can get damaged in the water. A little bit different admin pouch. It's a little smaller. It's got a thing on this side that's too small for a flashlight, so I've just got a knife and a multi-tool in there, and it velcros on and should hold them pretty secure. Then it's got this pocket here where when I'm actually doing something or taking notes, I can stage the notebook here, but because it wouldn't stay very well, I'll just sort of secure it here for travel or whatever. So that's that, but I figure if I'm also using this again on the back of a vehicle seat or on a room door, I could put the scanner in here so that I have the scanner here and the ham in this pocket, and I'd be listening to both radios and have them easy to adjust their volumes and stuff. Next, I've got this little light on here, and this is one of these Energizer kind of scaled down versions of like the Vietnam light. It's like a 90-degree angle on there, and it's a fairly decent light, nice and bright, and I've got it on a tether. And I also took a piece of Velcro organizer that you're supposed to use for like organizing cables like this, except instead of putting it around a bunch of cables, I put it around this flashlight, which kind of covers up the metal clip and keeps the clip more secure, because the clip sometimes does come off when you try to attach this to stuff. But it also leaves the hook side of Velcro, so I can stick it onto any Velcro panel. And because it's kind of adjustable there, I can pretty much point this light anywhere I want. Depending on what I'm doing, I can point it wherever I need to. So I'm going to see how that works out and how much that stays together. Otherwise, I've got some little bits here and there, some batteries in a 9mm magazine pouch, but with a Tools Aviation battery holder in there, and I'm able to keep some AAAs and some AA's. Another row of pouches across the top from the first version of my radio bag, and that gives me room for a first aid kit, gives me room for this pouch with tools and things, and then a trauma kit, a quick kit I can get to with tourniquet and bandages real fast. You know, not just for gunshots, things like that, but if you're in a situation like a tornado or something where somebody could have some massive trauma you want to get to quickly, and then another first aid kit for everything else, well, of that size. And then in this kit I wanted it to be sort of tools, so what I think I'm going to do is carry this Maxpedition pocket organizer inside of this pouch, which again, if you envision this thing staged up on the vertically somewhere, this way you can take the pouch out, have your you know, screwdrivers and pens and things like that. I haven't filled it up yet, but I think that's how I'm going to go with the tools. That way that they're sort of portable, but they've also got a permanent place to live in the rig here. So that's about it. The last feature that I thought was pretty clever was that when I was putting this thing together, or when I was trying to figure it out, I was still thinking that I really didn't mind just having the radio and its power supply available if I didn't need all this other stuff. So I sort of set it up in a way where I can have the best of both worlds. So there's some grim locks here. I can just go in and unattach those. And then across the side here there's a couple more grim locks. So basically I can jettison the radio stuff from the MOLLE panel, still have the first aid and tools and things available there, but now I have my radio kit back to where it was with just the power, the radio, and the little bit of tools. And remember, I have an extra strap in the bottom of this bag, so I can just throw that strap on here and basically set up 2 bags if I needed them, if I wanted to just run light, or whatever reasons, it's a little bit more modular. And by doing it with the D-rings and the grim locks, it makes it really fast to put back together and pretty secure. It attaches at all 4 corners, so it doesn't flop around or nothing, so real easy to attach and put back on. I guess the last thing is I did put a sheath knife over here just so that I could have a little bit more rigidity in the pack. And then of course the nice feature of the MOLLE panel is that there's the interior section there, so you could have a jacket in there, food, water, anything, manuals for the radios, all kinds of stuff. Of course, I still had the whole back of the panel as well. I could attach this to something, or like I say, easily use these 2 grim locks at the top to attach this to a vehicle seat or a door. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my new setup for my portable radio and emergency gear. We'll see how it works. Remember, one of the most important things when you're in an emergency is communication and knowledge, knowing what's going on out there. Having a scanner radio, which can listen to lots of frequencies, and a ham radio, which allows you to not just listen but also talk, can really be valuable. I do have some money invested in this, but it's not a lot of money, for the peace of mind that knowing if all the electricity went out, I've got the ability to hear what's going on with emergency services and weather and things like that. Alright, thanks for watching.